Hello everyone, I'm back live again with my buddy Lindsey. So tell us about why you're at Strange Loop and receiving the Project Alloy grant.
Okay, I'm at Strange Loop because I've heard great things about it, especially within the inclusion and diversity community. It had come up a lot, and when the grant became available, I decided to go for it. I like to say I click a lot of the LGBT boxes, and also I'm disabled, so that also works into it. And I went for the ticket and plane tickets to get here and was able to fund my own hotel.
If you, and I hate to put you on the spot, well, I don't hate to put you on the spot. Could you be specific, because you said you check all of the, a lot of the LGBT, and tell us about your disability. And the reason I ask, because again, I believe in people telling their stories, and the more people are aware that there are people out here who are different than them, and we deserve a space, the more opportunities we'll have to have a space at the table. So just be candid about what,
So I'm femme, non-binary, homo-romantic, asexual, if you really want to get into it.
Okay.
It's a mouthful. I generally just go by lesbian. And I have a few different health problems, but the main one is I have fibromyalgia.
Okay.
And one of the reasons I wanted to get into tech was because there's so much freedom as far as getting to work from home, having a more flexible schedule. Most of the jobs have health insurance, so that was like a really big deal for me.
So how does fibromyalgia affect you physically?
Well, it's a neurological disorder, and my nerves basically fire back pain signals to my brain without there being an actual source of pain. So I'm in pain pretty often, and also have issues with memory and some other problems here and there.
So, and I love the fact that you can find not only well paying, but I mean, let's be honest, tech pays well than most industries.
Yes.
And health insurance and the flexibility to work remotely if you need to in this space. And so that for people, again, who question why people need to be here, why underrepresented and marginalized people need to be in tech, what you've basically said is it allows you to have a fulfilled life that pays well, provides you with health insurance where you wouldn't be able to have that in other industries.
Yes.
And I would say in other places it might be a hindrance to you even getting a job.
Yes, I would definitely say that for some jobs. And also in tech, it can be as sedentary as you want it to be, so that's very good as well. And there's also like so many places trying to be like startup-y, healthy, and have things like standing desks or ergonomic keyboards and that sort of thing, which can really help for people with disabilities.
So what's your expertise, or what are you doing in tech?
I was a full stack web developer until a few weeks ago, and now I am a tech evangelist. And what that basically means is I'm sort of helping the internal devs at work with hackathons, with blog posting. I'm gonna try to help them speak at conferences or go to conferences they're interested in. And I'm also getting out into the community and doing a lot of attempt to get a more diverse staff in, and like let people know that we have these positions and we're friendly to all kinds of people, and like increase our diversity and inclusion at work.
So I'm not going to assume, so I'll just make this and you can tell me if this is correct. The Project Alloy project would be a great example of ways you can do that in other communities, and you can bring that to your new business or your new position at your job.
Yeah, I'm really hoping to find out more about this and find out more about similar communities, and maybe even like see if work could do some sponsorship or work with some more local conferences to sponsor some diversity tickets and that sort of thing, so we can help the community just get better and more inclusive, and so it becomes like a norm to see people like us at conferences, and not just like there's a few of us and like a sea of cis white men.
Yeah. So tell me, why has your company made a commitment to diversity and inclusion?
Well, I work for Weight Watchers, and we obviously are very focused on like feminine people and like of different backgrounds, and we like tried to expand out into other groups, and we're expanding out into multiple countries. Like we just started in Brazil, and I think it's really important for us to try to reflect our users and have an understanding of what they want from our products.
And again, that's that economic economic bottom line, the return on investment.
Yeah, and you can try to get that with like a homogeneous staff, but you really can't. There's so much you miss by not having diversity in your own staff.
I commend you for being honest, particularly about your not the fact that you're a lesbian or in the LGBT community. That is just the norm for me. But the fact that when people think about diversity and inclusion, they often think about gender and race. And there's so many other things that when we talk inclusion that need to be included in inclusion. And there's so many other people at the table, because if it's not for a person who has fibromyalgia or know someone with fibromyalgia sitting at the table, when we're talking about health insurance, when we're talking about doing things that require people to do things that might be detrimental to your health, there's somebody to say, hey, had you thought of this?
Yes.
And when you don't have that at the table, those things get left out.
Yeah, because you don't even know you're missing it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even know what you don't even know.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I learned so much doing these things. Hi guys, it's me, but you know me. I learned so much doing these things. Okay, so any final words that you'd like to say?
Oh, I don't know. What should I say?
I just realized that I don't have to turn the camera. If I do this, I can flip it right there. Hey, see, you learn something new.
Button
Yeah, well, no, it's stop it. But hi, it's me, and then I double tap again. Hold on, wait a minute. It goes back to Lindsey. Technology's amazing, I tell you. So, any final words?
Yeah, I guess just if anyone's interested in talking to me about accessibility.
Oh, stop. That's what I was exactly. Stop. We didn't talk about accessibility, so talk about that, because that's something you're very much an expert.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't say I'm very much.
Yes, you are, because you're speaking at conferences about it.
I'm speaking at conferences. I'm doing workshops. I'm really trying to get people to think about accessibility in different ways, and it's something that affects everyone at some point in their lives. So it's really important.
Can you define accessibility?
I don't think there's like a very good, I've heard different definitions, but I think basically it's trying to make your website or app or whatever it is you're doing as usable as possible for as many people as possible.
That's a very good definition. Okay.
Yeah. Because there's like lots of reasons people could use accessibility. It could be because they're disabled. It could be because they're sick. It could be because they're getting older. And
because I love speech to talk. Speech to text? Because it helps me study. Because when I'm reading and hearing at the same time, it goes in better. So I use speech to text often.
People learning English might use closed captioning on video they're watching.
I use that for a lot of my British shows.
Yeah. And everything you do for accessibility helps so many different people. Yeah. And that's why I think it's super important.
Okay. So now any final thoughts? Now I want to make sure I got that in.
I was just going to say, if people want to talk about accessibility or diversity and inclusion, they can find me on Twitter at LMDragon with a U. And Kim is absolutely awesome and one of my favorite people. And yeah, if you're in New York, feel free to see about getting tea or coffee.
Well, thank you so much.